We're starting strong, boys.
Swallowing cum causes a proportional swelling of your tits.
Is that beast? I don't think that's beast, but it could be.
This fades over the course of a few days, but if you swallow more during that time, you're adding it on top of the increase you already got. So the more cum you swallow in a short period of time, the more your tits swell. And as they swell more and more, an increasing amount starts to become permanent. For this reason, women with really big tits are regarded as being little more than worthless fuck sluts and are treated accordingly.
I mean, I like the way he's trying to like incorporate this into his lore. You know, it's got a really big brain thought going on here.
Yeah. My thief character got captured sneaking past an encampment of orcs.
Oh no, he was force-fed.
Oh no.
He was force-fed cummies. No.
This led to the inevitable gang rape, and instead of rescuing her, the rest of the party decided to take advantage of the fact that the orcs were occupied and loot their hoard. After that, they got drawn into a bit of a side quest, and by the time they got around to saving my character, something they debated not bothering with, she had swallowed so much cum she looked like a cartoon version of Denise Milani or Jordan Carver.
I don't know who
they are.
Probably better off not knowing who they are.
Seeing what had become of her, there was an unspoken agreement that she was nothing more than a fuck slut now, and she was forced to become the party's sex slave.
Oh, but look, I don't like. No one makes up the rules. You know the rules. You know the rules.
And so do I. They still used her thief skills, but her tits got in the way of a lot, making stealth difficult and climbing basically impossible. So when she wasn't sucking dick or getting fucked, they mostly forced her to disarm traps by either managing to awkwardly work around her enormous tits, or by failing to do that and accidentally setting them off. They got tired of her after a while though, and gave her to an ogre as a peace offering to get him to move a boulder that was blocking a back passage they wanted to use.
They give it to a snore. They give her to a Snorlax. A little fucking Snorlax.
So she's not in the party anymore. The biggest tits now would probably be the druid's, her unicorn companion.
Wait, does a unicorn have massive titties?
Her unicorn companion, which accounts for most of her effectiveness, isn't actually as swayed by her druid's powers as everyone thinks, and he makes her suck and swallow him in secret to retain his help. Look, I hope everybody's seen One Man, One Horse. Let's not do this.
Yeah, that was a cursed video. Remember that? Like, that was a really weird time.
You know what? One thing sticks in my mind, and even thinking about it makes me want to gag. Remember that Jackass clip?
Yes.
Everyone knows that Jackass clip where they drunk.
Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, it's one of those types of videos, guys. I've had this sitting about, but trust me, it gets worse, and we've got a lot more to cover. So
God, I wish we still did Tina's channel. I can't give you logs, but I can say that since nobody can understand the unicorn but the druid, he's directing sexually explicit verbal abuse at women in the party pretty much non-stop.
That actually sounds kind of funny. That actually sounds kind of funny, not gonna lie.
I imagine the unicorn to have, you know, the same voices. Candy Melt and Charlie, but like
please.
just fucking...
You fucking flat!
You fucking flat!
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
He never calls the druid by her name, preferring "you stupid cunt," and is constantly threatening to expose her as a horse-sucking whore to keep her in line. He's grown more brazen and domineering over time, and he's taken a fancy to the elven archer. So a couple of times he made the druid suck him off right outside camp, so he could watch the elf sitting by the campfire while he gets off, thinking about how much hotter she is than the worthless whore-like druid, while the druid slurps away in humiliation. He even pissed on her one time.
What the fuck is this?
I don't know. Telling her that that's all she's worth. I think it's only a matter of time until he coerces the druid into helping him rape the elf, and not much longer than that until he quits blackmailing the druid in secret and openly makes her his sex slave. That would make for an interesting party dynamic.
What the fuck is this? I really want to know the writer. You know, I don't. I wish.
You know, I don't.
I wish whenever we come across these sort of posts, I want to see a picture of them. I want to know what they look like. I want to know more.
I don't. I have a picture in my head of the party stopping to make camp and the sobbing druid kneeling topless under the unicorn and sucking his cock, while everybody leers and laughs at her. At the unicorn's insistence, she pauses only long enough to whimper translations of the insults the unicorn throws at her. his cock still in her mouth. Maybe war meetings would be the same way, with the unicorn taking the druid's vote over what to do, and the druid translating for him between slurps, while the unicorn has been played by the GM. The GM's playing the unicorn?
Yeah, you know what's the G? You knew find out it was the GM. Do you reckon he sent them like dirty messages?
Probably.
You know, find out they're both sweaty neckbeards. So that's what makes it so much better. Like, you know, everyone involved here is a.
Does it make it better?
No, well, no, it doesn't make it better, but it makes it more. It makes it more of a spectacle.
The Druid's player has been offering more and more suggestions and could easily take full control if the Druid was openly enslaved like that. We had a short session that mostly dealt with the unicorn, probably because I was talking about the possibilities after whatever one. I seen some flourishes in the way I wrote this, but didn't change the story. The GM decided that Elf's keen eyes had seen the unicorn getting sucked off in the bushes the last night it happened, so the Elf kept an eye on the two. And when they slipped off to scout around the next day, she followed and burst into the clearing when the Druid was in the middle of a blowjob. The Druid almost died of shame and first tried to stammer. It wasn't what it looked. What the fuck does it look like?
Mate, you got a horse cock in your fucking mouth. There's not much else you can really say here.
It wasn't what it looked like, and then tried desperately to explain. As she talked, the naughty smile on the Elf's face grew, and when the Druid begged her not to tell anyone.
I mean, like, I'm probably going to tell on someone.
I'm
like,
going to say...
If I saw one of my mates sucking off a horse, I would be like...
I'd be like,
I need
to tell somebody this.
I think we need an intervention.
Yeah. She made it clear that would depend on how well she did what she was told. While she was doing this, she was running her fingers through the unicorn's mane, and he was eating it up. She told the Druid to get back under the unicorn and finish the job while she talked terms, with the unicorn mostly nodding but the Druid translating between sobbing slurps when necessary. It was agreed the unicorn completely owned the Druid from then on, and the elf would back him up on it if needed, but that the elf would use her whenever she wanted. The elf would also get 100% of the inconspicuous treasure the Druid earned. Nothing like her magic spear, which would be noticed, but all of her gold. The Druid would come and beg her if she needed money for supplies. See, James would do that.
Like, I'm not that bad. No.
You'd be like, look, I won't tell anybody, but give me your gold.
No, look, okay, it depends on what my character would do, okay? No.
Okay.
Like, we'll get into this. We're near the end, let's finish it.
The elf asked the Druid if she understood the arrangement, and completely glazed by the unicorn's cum, and still sobbing, she nodded yes. She asked her if she was into women, and she shook her head. The elf laughed and said good. That would make it more fun. Pulling aside her loincloth, she told the elf she was going to get really good at licking pussy, but she was too filthy right then and proceeded to piss in her face. So now the unicorn and elf are in cahoots.
I have no words for this one, if I be honest with you. So, like, let's work it out. So in this universe...
I don't think we have to work it out, James.
You sure?
Literally in black and white.
Okay, so cummies make your titties bigger.
Oh.
And in this setting, there's a really domineering centaur that's really into getting his dick sucked.
Well, no, they didn't say centaur. It just said
centaur, unicorn. Sorry, unicorn. So the unicorn really enjoys a good blowy, but he loves a good blowy to maybe a bad extent. All I'm saying is, the next couple posts aren't bad. They're nothing on this. Like, I thought, you know what, we'll start strong. A bit too strong.
Right out of the bat, a bit too strong.
That is a bit too strong.
Next post
as well. Channel, this video is definitely demonetized, so, like, you know, model that for. Let's jump into it.
Hey guys, do you like models in your tabletop role-playing games? 'Cause we do too. Do you like having big bitty waifus on your table? 'Cause we do too. We got human biddies, we got lizard biddies, we got orc biddies, oni biddies, cat bussies. We've got everything you want at neckbeardia.co.uk.
Check the links down below, it helps us out a lot.
Sorry for interrupting the video, let's get on with the story. I stumbled into this guy I roleplayed with for one session. He was a friend of a friend of a friend, or maybe just a friend of a friend, depending on how strictly you're defining friends. Fuck off.
I mean, like, I know a lot of people, but some of them are dickheads.
We chat for a bit, and he ends up inviting me to join a game he's running. I say what the fuck and show up the next week with a character ready to play. Unfortunately, he's decided he's tired of GMing and for some reason didn't feel like telling that to me until I got there. He tells me not to worry though, because he's got something else lined up for us. I give him a ride to some trailer where there's a game of D&D already going on. He whips out a character he's apparently had time to make up and starts chatting with the people there. I feel like an outsider and get interrupted every time I try and figure out what the situation is. Finally, the DM has had enough of the chit-chat and wants to get back to the game. I ask her what level we are and what classes are represented. She doesn't want to wait for me to make a character and hands me one she's been using as an NPC. I get a sinking feeling when she tells me about the character. I'm in a strange group of people and I'm playing a female elf rogue who our female DM describes in a way that makes her sound pretty slutty.
Oh, you know what's going to happen to you, boy. You know exactly what's going to happen to you. And it ain't going to be nice. There may be a unicorn involved.
Not only that, but I'm several levels lower than everybody else and my stats suck. But I'm already there, so I give it a shot. There's some weirdness with the character, but I have a decent time and I'm invited back next week. I try to convince the DM to let me make up a new character, but she brushes me off saying I'm already part of the party and I should keep playing the same character. So I do. I get a little more comfortable with her after a few more sessions, but still feel weird that she's the only woman in the party and that she's pretty weak compared to everyone else. After one of the sessions, the DM asked me if I want to stay after and play solo for a while to get some experience for my character. I've got nothing else to do and say what the fuck. That's when shit got seriously weird.
Oh, you're getting invited to a cult. Mm-hmm. You are getting a cult initiation.
Some men drag my character out of her bed in the middle of the night and take me to a sorceress who's been giving our party trouble. The DM tells me I'm naked. Apparently that's how my character sleeps. It's the only...
Yeah, it is.
The sorceress gloats like a typical bad guy for a while, but the DM keeps talking about how sexy the sorceress is and how big her tits are and how revealing her dress is. I'm in way over my head. I don't know what to do, so I try to be nonchalant and play like nothing unusual is happening.
How the fuck do you just play that off?
I know.
Great tits you got there. Nice one.
Nice?
Nice, yeah.
After gloating and threatening me for a while, the sorceress starts to offer me a deal. If I serve her, she will reward me with an enchanted necklace. The DM tells me that it would boost all of my stats by 2. That would be great to have, but the sorcerer gets more and more suggestive until there's no doubt that I'd have to serve her sexually. At some point, the DM quits using the sorceress's voice and starts talking to me directly. No. Don't talk to me like that.
No, please. Don't touch my bum.
I really didn't know the DM that well. The only times I'd really talked to her were on game days, and there was no build up to this situation. I wasn't a virgin, but my experience with women was pretty limited, so I didn't have much perspective. But even to me, it was pretty clear she was offering me treasure in return for sex. I wouldn't say she was outright ugly, but she definitely wasn't pretty. She was a little chubby and her face was kind of mashed up looking.
Wait, what do you mean mashed up?
I don't know. If you just went on looks, I was out of her league. So it wasn't like some supermodel was throwing herself at me, although that might have scared me even more. I was used to things going more gradually and everything was all happening in an unfamiliar way. If she'd gotten up close to kiss me, that would have seemed natural, but she didn't. She was standing across the room where she'd been acting out the sorceress. I'm too shocked to do much of anything and she apparently takes this as an invitation to continue. She sits down in a chair and pulls up her skirt and spread her legs. She tells me to crawl over to her while kind of halfway using the sorceress's voice. I say what the fuck and do it. I don't really know why. She tells me to pull down her panties and lick her. I do. The entire time she keeps calling me by my character's name and talking about what a slut I am and how it's a good thing I decided to serve her. She's using her own voice and not the sorceress's. I finish her off and she pulls up her panties and goes right back to role-playing like nothing ever happened. I excuse myself to the bathroom and clean myself up a little. When I get back out, she tells me it's late and she needs to go to bed.
You're not even gonna get a wee ham shank?
No.
Not even a wee wank?
Nothing.
Nothing?
She seems distant and doesn't really look at me. I want to say or do something, but I have no idea what, so I gather up myself and say goodbye. I get home and masturbate furiously.
I mean, all I'm saying is, She could have at least given you a wee wank.
I almost call her the next day, but realise I wouldn't know what to say. She doesn't call me for almost a week, and then it's to tell me that we're getting together to game. Feel really weird. I show up and she does her best to act like nothing ever happened. She mostly avoids looking at me in the eyes, but otherwise does a good job. We start playing and my character doesn't have a necklace on her sheet. The DM liked to keep character sheets and would add stuff to them herself. I work up the courage to ask if my character got anything from the last time, and the DM flat out ignores me. The session ends and the DM goes to the back of her trailer before everyone else leaves. I go home. I considered not going back, but I do anyway. When I show up, everyone is talking politics and our DM is championing the Republicans.
This was written back in 2011, so it's a bit of a different...
Oh, yeah.
You know...
While most everybody else bashes them. I'm surprised at how conservative she is and how vehement she is about it. The discussion turns to gay marriage and she starts talking about how much she hates gay people.
Wait. You got no. So you want this fella to be role playing as a girl
and to lick you out?
Something's not adding up here.
No.
I'm just saying. But look, let's keep going. Wait. No, is she one of those ones that buys into the whole thing of only fellas can be gay? Women being gay, that doesn't exist. That's not real. That doesn't count.
Says some dyke tried to kiss her one time and she kicked her ass for it. I'm thinking, what the fuck? But I don't say anything.
Right, okay, never mind then. Let's keep going.
The DM is looking at me in the eye again, but she seems to be taking every opportunity to have bad things happen to my character. At first the enemies just seem to be rolling well against me, but when we get ambushed by trolls, my character gets dragged off without me being able to do much. It's obviously a setup and everybody else escapes without much trouble. The DM tries to convince everybody that my character doesn't mean that much to them, and that they should probably just leave her because the trolls would have probably dragged her back to their lair, where a rescue would be too dangerous. They argue with each other some, but decide to go after me anyway. They fight their way through tons of trolls before coming to my naked, gang-raped, headless body. Lying next to my character is an enchanted necklace. All the players give me their sympathy, but nobody seems to think the DM did anything wrong. One of the players asks me what kind of character I plan to make next, but the DM says she's already made a character in case anybody died. She says that the character can join up with the party when they get to the nearest town. She hands me the character sheet, and it's another female character. This one is several levels lower than my last one, which makes her pretty much useless to the party. I just nod and get the hell out of there once the session's over. When the DM calls me about our next session, I tell her my work schedule has changed and I won't be able to make it. She seems genuinely disappointed and talks to me for a while about how much I'll enjoy my new character. I'm very stiff and cold, and I think she eventually gets the message that I'm not interested in playing anymore. Her voice cracks when she says goodbye. I don't answer the phone the next time she calls to set up a session and haven't talked to her since. But seriously, what the fuck?
I'm going to assume, right, Megan, I'm going to go out on a limb here.
Okay.
I'm going to assume she's fucking the rest of the party.
Yeah, probably.
I assume she's...
Look, she done it to him after meeting him for, what, 2 sessions?
Yeah, it's like, you know what, you're gonna get down there, boy.
I'm going to say that it's not the first time.
Yeah, very bold. So
bold.
I'm going to assume that she's treating this game as if it's her harem. She's literally developed a harem of nerds.
Yes.
That's exactly what she's got.
Yeah.
I mean,
Beast.
bold. I'll give her that. Possibly based. I don't know. I mean, look, I'll give her
Is it sexual harassment? But he done it.
I mean, he did do it. So
and he went home and masturbated.
Yeah, he still went for it.
It's just one of those weird sexual encounters.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like he got out of the place fucking screaming and being like, you know what I mean? So, I don't know, he did go for it, even if he was a bit awkward about the whole situation. I don't know, dead weird. But, if you switch the situation around and it'll be like, just DM whipped his dick out in front of me, it's like, suck my dick. And, finally, it'll be a very different story.
Very different story.
So, I think that's where we're going to end it for this one. I'm going to go out there and say that unicorn is definitely fucking perverted. I don't really have any other words to put on it. I don't have the mental fortitude, guys. I'm sorry. It's
I don't know how people come up with this type of bullshit. I don't get it. What goes on in your head to come up with bullshit like this?
I've never, you know...
Who thinks eating cum makes titties bigger?
You know, I've never understood the whole thing about cum anyway, because let's be honest with you, it's fucking... It's a bit disgusting. Like, look, I'm not R. Kelly, I'm not into... You know what I mean? Bodily fluids should... Bodily fluids are just not beast, alright? that's all I'm going to say.
Depends.
Yeah, it depends. But look, fuck, I don't really have any words for this one.
Neither do I.
All I could say is, this video is definitely demonetized.
Yeah, so check out the models.
It would definitely
Links
help us out.
down below.
And on the topic of big fat titties, you know, we've got a lot of models that also have big fat titties.
Yeah, so if you want to take the unicorn...
Well, we don't have a unicorn.
Yeah, no, but if you want to take the unicorn into your own game, and you want to make...
You don't want to take the unicorn into your own game,
but you want big titties, you drink cum. We got big titties. At least we don't have a unicorn. Well, to have a donkey, you can...
Yeah, we got a donkey, but...
Take a toothpick onto.
Fuck is this video, Megan? What the actual fuck?
I don't know. I have no idea.
All I'm saying is, guys,
please check out the models.
yeah, please. This one was this is probably the worst one. This is the worst Kimber we've done in a while.
Interesting.
This is. I don't think the second one was as bad. It was more just really fucked up sexual encounter.
Yeah.
Like, did it go right? Did it go wrong?
But
I will call bullshit. He didn't even get a. He didn't even get a wee.
He didn't get a handy.
He didn't get nothing.
Didn't even get a handy.
That's just.
That's
not
on.
I'd expect a bit of giving and taking going on here, to say the least. I want to know more about what she had with the whole... Okay, so she wants to role play a gay or lesbian experience with a fella.
But she doesn't agree in gay marriage.
I don't get it. I don't understand.
But anyway, check out the links down to down below to the models, please, and hit subscribe.
Please, pretty fucking please.
And hit subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified every time we post. And if you like TTS, head on over to the other channel. Links down below as well. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
I'm gonna cool.
All those moments we lost in time.